This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so good morning all. I hope all are able to hear me and able to see my screen. And so far, we are done with around the 15 visualizations. Those are like all bar visualizations in the first row and all the line and area visualizations first three and the next bar with a line, ribbon, donut and pie and card visualization we we gone through that. So today we are going to verify on, we are going to have a discussion on like slicer visualization, multi-row card visualization, map visualization, gauge visualization, along with the funnel visualization we are going to verify as part of today's session. So the first visual is like a slicer visualization. Slicer. A slicer will be used for filtering purpose. So whenever you create a visualization, like here, I created a two visuals or I create a three visuals based on segment, country, and product. So slicer visual is going to slice or filter the current page based on the selection that you made. If you select Germany, the entire page is going to filter for Germany. Similarly, if you select Mexico, entire page is going to filter for Mexico. Similarly, whenever you select United States, it is going to filter for. So whenever you select a Canada, it is going to filter for Canada. So like that, based on your selection, based on your selection, it is going to filter the entire page. So this is slicer going to take one parameter by default, but if you add other parameters also, multiple fields also, it is going to take, which means under United States, it is going to display the products hierarchy. It is going to display based on your interest. You can add it. Similarly, we have only one input is there field. There we already added two fields. With respect to properties, you have three properties are there. One is a slicer settings. So here, how you want to display the slicer as a vertical list, as a drop down, or as a tile. You have a different options are there. A tile is nothing but a kind of a horizontal or a vertical, a menu bar kind of a thing. Now we are going to get like this. Okay. So you how you want to use this one as a vertical list, as a vertical list, as a drop down, or as a tile. You can select any one of it based on your interest. And a summary, this is going to help us to filter your page. All the visualizations of a page will get filtered based on your selection. Now, once you select it as a vertical list, let's assume, selection you have an option. If you observe, I selected Canada. If I want to select a US also along with Canada, we are losing the country here. And if I want Germany also, I lost United States, which means by default slicer will allow you to select only one value. But if you want to select a multiple values, you need to click on a control, then after you need to select. control plus click, we are going to select a multiple values. Okay, so but by default you can select only one value without a control. But if you disable this one without selecting a control, automatically you can select a multiple values. Select a multiple values. Okay, then after this is what multi select with control off or on. If you want to select a multiple values with the control button, you need to enable it, otherwise you need to disable it. Then after single select enable or disable, you can enable a single selection so that user is always going to select a single value, only one value they are going to select. This we used to call it as check radio button. And whenever you disable this one, this is a checkbox people used to call. You want to have a single selection or multiple selection, based on this one you can specify. If you want to have a select all option, you can enable this one so that user can select everything or deselect everything with a select all button. These are the options under select slicer settings. Then after slicer header is nothing but this one, country. Values is nothing but this one. So you want to display the header or not. Whenever you enable a header, what is the name that you want to give? By default, country is the column which is we are getting there. But if you want to give a different name, you can. And then after, like font size, font to family, and bold, italic, underline, and a color you can specify. Then after show summary is nothing but whenever you select any value, that respective value name we are going to display there. But if you select only one, if you select a two, it is going to say multiple selections. It will not display the list of values that you selected. But if you select only one, that respective value name we are going to get. Okay, that is what show summary, that is a text. Then after border, if you want to enable a border there, if you want to enable a border, you can enable it. I enabled a border on top, bottom, left, right for your header. If you want to have a border, you can make. And what is the color, what is the width, you can specify the width also. Okay, that is how you can make. Then after background, for only header, if you want to provide a background, you can provide it. That is what a background. Pending icon, so pending icon, you have nothing, you can ignore this one. Okay, so you need to look into this one, we don't have any option there. Then after values, values is nothing but the below values. And what is the font size, what is the font family, I just changed that values to show UI bold. And you can change the color also. And you can provide the space between the values also. And then after border, for each item if you want to enable a border also, you can make it. And you can provide the width and the color also. And if you want to provide a background, you can provide a background also. So this is all about what you can configure for a slicer visualization. By default, first of all, slicer is a visual by using which user can filter that report page, filter or a slice that report page based on his interest. Based on his selection, the remaining all the values of a page is going to get filtered By default you can make only single selection. By default you are going to get list. If you want to display as a drop down, you can make it. If you want to display as a tile, if you want to select a multiple, if you want to select only single, you can make it also. These are all the things related to slicer. To slice the page, to filter the page, we are going to use it. Till here, anyone has any question? This is all about a slicer. Anyone has any questions? If you have a question, unmute and proceed. If you don't have a question, mention no in chat. Okay. So the next visual is map visualization. Map visualization. So here, whenever you are having location based data, which means state wise, country wise, city wise data, at that time representing a visual based on a pie chart or a bar chart will not be much effective. Okay, so I have a country, I represent it by using a pie chart. I have a country, I represent it by using a bar chart. It is not projecting this as a location. Okay, but whenever you have a location based data, you have a map visual which is going to represent your location like in the map visualization. So here, like a country I have, that country just a second. It is data category. By default, this is a country. Map and film visuals are disabled. To enable, go to File, Option, Settings, Options, Global Security, see details. Okay, so by default, the settings are disabled. Option settings, options, global security. Hmm. Global security. Hmm. Global use map and fluid map. You need to enable this one. Okay, so click on OK. Now I enabled it. Map country. You can observe that you got a map visualization. Mexico was selected, and now bubble size. I'm providing it as a sales. Okay, so this is Mexico. What are the other areas that we have? So from the given locations that we have, only Mexico got recognized as a this one like specific country, whereas United States it can be based on the given text also. Let me take the slicer country. United States, it is not selected by default. Germany not selected. France not selected. Canada not selected. Okay, so ignore this one. Let me enter my own data. Uh, so I will select a state name value, state name and a value. State, we can call it as a city also. City, I'll mention it as Hyderabad. Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai, Guntur, Guntur. Then after, like these are sufficient. So I'm just making a value as a 3000, 4000, 5000, 3500. So I'm creating a one table with only this data. And then after, I'm I'm able to see the table that I created, and I'm mentioning this column as data category as a city. And now I'm taking a map visualization, and here, like I'm using a city in the location. I'm fetching data for this visual. Then after bubble, column city in the table cannot be found or may not be used in an expression. The column city in the table cannot be found or may not be used in this expression. Named in the table cannot be found. Just a second. There is no issue on this one. Otherwise, I'll go and fix this one here. United States of America. Okay, so now it got detected. I didn't modify anything here, but still, now it is resolved. Okay, so now we have a map visual. This map visual, I am providing a city as a location which contains a city names. And whenever I add a location, you observe that for Chennai, Vijayawada, Hyderabad, Mumbai, all were selected. Whatever the location that you mentioned, all the locations are detected and highlighted in the map. Then after, based on the value that we are adding at a bubble size, the size of the bubble is going to be changed. For now, I feel you are able to see the same bubble size. Let me change the size of that, change the values here. Like one, I will make it as a 50,000, and another, I'll make it as 35,000, and click on OK. Okay, so then after close and apply. So if you observe now, you are able to see the four locations there, but you are able to see a different size of that bubbles, where one bubble is having a highest size which contains a 50,000 as a value, The other bubble which is having a second highest size which is having 35,000 as a value. The third one like a 4,000, and fifth one 3,000 we have. So whenever you have location based information like a state, city, or a country, you can use a map visualization, so that a map is going to come, and based on the locations that you mentioned, it will be highlighted with the bubbles, and based on the value that you provided, the size of the bubble is going to be changed here. Along with a location, you can provide another dimension also here, like segment or product, what we have other place, we can add it. You have a concept called latitude and longitude. So whenever you don't have a location, at that time you might have a latitude and longitude value, which is nothing but which will be helpful to detect a location in the map. Why? Because the same location may be available at different areas. Hyderabad is available in India, Pakistan, both the areas. Similarly, same Amaravati is there at multiple places. Same Amirbet is there at multiple places. So, whenever you have a latitude and longitude, that automatically detect that exact location. For that, we can use it. So these are the and a tooltip. So you can add a tooltip which is going to display whenever you mouse over. So these are the inputs that you can provide. And similarly, the format option that we have, the map settings. We have a different types of templates of maps are there. So this is a road map, aerial, dark, light, grayscale, and a road. You have a different themes are there. You can select those themes based on your interest. Show labels are nothing but whenever you enable it, our data locations are getting displayed whenever you enable a data labels. Okay, this is all about a style. Then after control, control is nothing but like you can perform a zoom in zoom out here with your scroll bar in the mouse, and which is nothing but auto zoom. Okay, and then after you can provide a zoom buttons, which is nothing but you can have a button here. You can click on the button, you can perform a zoom in zoom out with the help of this one. Similarly, you have a lasso button, like where you can select a specific location. Okay, and then after geocoding culture, so you have different culture means language. Okay, so by default English language was taken, and if you want to have any other language, you can select this one also. So these are the different options that we have at a style. Then after bubble, bubble is nothing but the circle, and if you want to have a default size as some 15 or 20, so by default size will come, and on top of it, based on the value you are going to have, the bubble size is going to get increased. And then after colors, if you want to change the color, you can change the color for all, or if you want to change the color for each and every like location as a separate color, you can provide it also based on your interest. So you can change the different colors, you can provide. Then after category label, category label is nothing but this one, whatever the location that you have, representing that location name. Okay, so if you want, you can enable, and when you enable, what is the background color, what is the font color, this is the background color, this is the font color, that is a category. And then after, so category labels are done, bubbles are done, and next heat map. So a heat map is related to other map visualization that we are going to have a discussion. So you can ignore this one. So bubble map or map, these are the properties that we have. So Whenever you have a location based data to be represented, at that time, instead of using a bar or a pie chart or other visualizations, representing through a map visualization is effective. To represent through a map, we have one of the visualization called map visual. This map visual is going to represent a bubbles on top of your map and detect a location and showcase the data based on the bubble size. This is all about map visualization that we have. The next visualization that we have is filled map. A filled map, why we need to go for that one is, if you observe this map, you got a bubble. Because we have a 4 locations, 4 bubbles came. Let's assume in this area, if you have a 40 locations, you are going to have a multiple bubbles will come and all the bubbles will get overlapped here, and it is very difficult to understand which location also, which location what bubble also. In that scenario, to address the issue of this overlapping of a bubbles whenever we have a more locations, we have an option called filled map. What a filled map is going to do is, it is not going to raise any bubble on top of a map. It is just going to fill that area. It is going to fill that area. Only that area is going to get filled with that color, so that even if you are having other location, that area will get filled. One area and another area will not be overlapped. So that was the reason people will choose this filled map, because we are not having a bubbles overlappings will not be there. Other than that, both visuals are same. So in this scenario, we have a location city was added. Then after, you can add a legend, latitude, longitude, and a tooltip. The same properties are there. And here we have a map settings where the road and controls were available, and fill colors are there. You can select whatever the color that you want. On a tooltip, you are going to get the value. That's it. So the difference between a map and filled map is, in the map you are going to get a bubble for a location on top of a map, and when you are having a more locations near to there, it is going to be overlapped. That will be difficult to understand. Whereas the filled map is going to fill the area with that color. So these are the differences between a map and a filled map. Anyone has any questions why we need to use a map, and what are the configuration associated with the map? Anyone has any questions? If you have a question, unmute and proceed. If you don't have a question, mention no in chat. Okay. So the next visual is, so we are done with the slicer and a map. So now we have funnel visualization. Funnel visualization is there. Funnel visualization will be used for marketing and sales dashboards we are going to use, and this will be used to represent about a conversion rate. So whenever we wanted to represent a conversion information, at the time we are going to be used. What do you mean by conversion information is, let's assume we have this training, okay, and when we wanted to conduct this training, we are going to get multiple inquiries. Let's assume for one batch we have around 20 inquiries in 1 week we are going to get. In that 20 inquiries, like we also bit busy, and we also may not contact 20 people. Contacted, let's assume 13 people we contacted. So we got a messages through WhatsApp, call, office visits, references, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. Let's assume 20 people are trying to contact to inquire about this course. Out of that, we contacted 13 people. And out of the people that we contacted, everyone is looking for a job and no one is looking for a training. But fortunately, for a training, like around six people are ready to attend a training, either for learning or like for a job, whatever the reason. There are six people attended for a demo, interested to attend for a demo, interested for a demo, interested for a demo, and who attended a demo. Like they are six people are interested to attend a demo, attended a demo is only four people. Let's assume, or three people. Let's assume. And out of the people who attended a demo, let's assume joined one person only joined. Let's assume. So this is a sequential data. This data is going to flow from top to bottom. It will not be in the reverse direction. So if one person join, like if only three people attend a demo, five people will not join. Out of the people who attend demo, less number of people only will be joined. So let's assume this is the data that we have. This is how the data will be there if you observe any business also. Let's assume if you are having a mobile store, a iPhone store, all the people who went there may or may not purchase. All the people who went there, some people are interested to acquire the information, or some people interested for purchase. Out of that, only few people are going to purchase. Like that, this is how the marketing data will be there. Whenever you have this kind of data, whenever you have this kind of data at that time, if you want to represent conversion information, conversion information, we are going to represent a funnel. So when I use this funnel, I'm going to get some insights, which is nothing but like first of all, enquiries, contacted, interested for demo, attended demo, joined. Now, if I place this when is my cursor there, it is saying that out of the 20 enquiries, you contacted 13 people, which is nothing but 65% of people only you contacted. You missed 35% of enquiries. Whenever I click on interested for a demo, where I have six people came for a demo, out of that, like that six is 30% of overall enquiries. 45% or 46% of whom you contacted, which means ఆరుగురు ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్గా ఉన్నారు డెమోకి, అది నీ ఓవరాల్ ఎంక్వైరీస్లో 30%. అంటే 100 మంది ఎంక్వైరీ చేస్తే 30 మంది డెమోకి ఇంట్రెస్ట్గా ఉన్నారు. కానీ నువ్వు ఎవరితో అయితే మాట్లాడావో వాళ్ళ నుంచి 46%, అంటే 100లో 46 మంది జాయిన్ అయ్యడానికి ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉన్నారు. అంటే నువ్వు మాట్లాడకపోవడం వల్ల 100లో 16 మంది మిస్ అవుతున్నారు. So that is what it is telling a story. And attended demo, it is saying that three people attended demo. అంటే 100 మంది ఎంక్వైరీ చేస్తే 15% దే ఆర్ రెడీ ఫర్ డెమో. They can attend a demo. Attended demo means they can attend a demo 15%. Whereas ఎవరైతే ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉన్నారో అందులో 50 మంది, అంటే 100 మందిలో 50 మంది డెమోకి ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్గా ఉన్నారు. సో దిస్ ఆల్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ విచ్ వీఆర్ నాట్ డన్ మాన్యువల్లీ, దిస్ ఈస్ కేమ్ ఆటోమేటికల్లీ. If you want to represent this calculation, if you are using a bar chart, you will not get it. 20, 13, 6, you are getting this one. But business ఏమంటారు, ఈ కాంటాక్టెడ్ పీపుల్ దీంతో పోలిస్తే ఎంత పర్సెంట్ ఇక్కడ చూపి అంటారు. ఆర్ ఇది ఇక్కడ ఉన్న ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ డెమో దీంతో పోలిస్తే ఎంత పర్సెంట్, దీంతో పోలిస్తే ఎంత పర్సెంట్ చూపిమంటారు. మనకు గనక ఈ ఫన్నల్ విజువలైజేషన్ ఉంది అని తెలిస్తే యూ కెన్ సింప్లీ యూజ్ ఎ ఫన్నల్. If you don't know that one, you need to spend a 1 week of time to get these values and to perform this calculation. So funnel visual is going to represent regarding a conversion rate, ప్రీవియస్ దాంతో ఆర్ ఫస్ట్ లెవెల్ దాంతో హౌ మచ్ యూ కన్వర్టెడ్ అని చూపిస్తుంది. మొన్న we just started pasting we just started pasting that demos as part of a YouTube channel. Okay, we have once upon a time we have another YouTube channel, like that is long back. I stopped maintaining that YouTube channel long back, and but again recently, like only for maintaining a demos, like I uploaded the videos in YouTube, and for whoever making an inquiry, we are giving we are giving that link, this demo link to the users, like here. So we upload the videos, 4 videos we uploaded for a new batches, for a whoever asked for inquiry, we are giving that. Now if you observe here, what it is saying is, like in that last 7 days we uploaded 4 videos, and it is showing that you can observe a funnel here, impressions and how they led to watch time. So what it is showing is 4.4k impressions, and it is saying that 93.9% from YouTube recommending your content. అంటే ఏంటంటే ఎవడైనా పవర్ బై అని సెర్చ్ చేస్తే 93% నా వీడియోలు రికమెండ్ చేస్తుంది. ఆ 93 వీడియో అంటే ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు ఏమైనా పవర్ బై ట్రైనింగ్ అని కొడితే టాప్ వచ్చే వీడియోస్లో నాది కూడా ఒక వీడియో కనపడుతుంది, ఫస్ట్ పేజ్లో రెండో పేజ్లో అని చెప్పేసి రికమెండింగ్. ఆ వచ్చిన వాటిలో ఓన్లీ 0.7 వాళ్ళు మాత్రం దాన్ని క్లిక్ చేస్తున్నారు, వచ్చిన వీడియోని దాని మీద క్లిక్ చేస్తున్నారు. అందులో 29 ఇంప్రెషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అంటే ఏదైనా ఓపెన్ చేయడం కానీ షేర్ కొట్టడం కానీ దాని మీద క్లిక్స్ అనేవి 29 ఉన్నాయి. దాంట్లో 0.45 యావరేజ్ వ్యూ డ్యూరేషన్ అనేది ఉంది. అంటే ఓవరాల్గా అది ఏంటంటే లెస్ అనే చెప్పాలి, లైక్ 45 సెకండ్స్ మాత్రమే వాళ్ళు చూస్తున్నారు. అంటే మీ అప్లోడ్ చేసి 3 రోజులు అండ్ దీనికోసం చాలా వీడియోస్ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి ఓవరాల్ వాచ్ టైం అనేది ఇది. అండ్ సిమిలర్లీ ఆడియన్స్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్తే రెండోది అనుకుంటా. ఓకే, సో లైక్ దీస్ ఎట్ టు లోడ్, అంటే ఇప్పుడు వారానికి 10 రోజులకి ఎక్కువ వస్తాయి ఇవన్నీ కంటెంట్. బట్ ఇలా ఒక సేల్స్ డాష్ బోర్డ్లో కానీ ఇవన్నీ రీసెంట్ అప్లోడ్ అని చూపిస్తాయి. ఏదైనా ఒక సేల్స్ డాష్ బోర్డ్లో కానీ మార్కెటింగ్ డాష్ బోర్డ్లో కానీ ఇలా ట్రెండ్ చూపించింది. లైక్ రీచ్, ఇప్పుడు ఇఫ్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్ హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ సేయింగ్ దట్ ఇంప్రెషన్స్, దాని తర్వాత వ్యూస్ ఫ్రమ్ ఇంప్రెషన్స్, యావరేజ్ వ్యూ డ్యూరేషన్, వాచ్ టైం ఫ్రమ్ ఇంప్రెషన్. అంటే ఎవరినైనా మన వీడియో రికమెండ్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు 0.21 సెకండ్ చూస్తున్నారు, నార్మల్గా చూసేదేమో 1.34. త్రూ ఇంప్రెషన్, త్రూ రికమెండ్ చేయడం వల్ల చూసేవాళ్ళు ఎంత అని ఇలా ఫన్నెల్ చూపిస్తుంది. సో లైక్ దిస్, లైక్ ఏ లైన్ చార్ట్, అరే దిస్ వన్ ఇస్ దే డోనట్ చార్ట్. ఇదేం చూపిస్తుందంటే మన వీడియోస్ని ఎన్ని విధాల సోర్స్ నుంచి చూస్తున్నారు. సజెస్టెడ్ వీడియోస్ అంటే ఒకటి సెర్చ్ చేసినప్పుడు మనది 32% సజెస్ట్ చేస్తుంది. ప్లేలిస్ట్లోంచి చూసేవాళ్ళు, ఛానల్ పేజ్ నుంచి చూసేవాళ్ళు, బయట నుంచి చూసేవాళ్ళు, ఇవన్నీ ఇందులో చూపిస్తుంది. ఇందులో అంటే డోనట్ చార్ట్లో. సో ఓవరాల్గా ఏంటంటే ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు రిప్రజెంట్ ఎ కన్వర్షన్ రేట్, దట్ funnel will be used, where you can have that column here which contains these names and a value here, or without a column also you may have inquiries in one column, contacted in one column, interested for demo in one column, attended demo in one column, జాయిన్ వన్ కాలం అవన్నీ ఇక్కడ యాడ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. టూల్ టూల్ టిప్ అనేది you can add a tool tip where you can see on a mouse over. Then after the properties colors, if you want to change the color you can change it, and if you want to give separate color for each and every category you can give it here. You can change the different colors. Then after data labels, ఇవి డేటా లేబుల్స్ కావాలా వద్దా, కావాలి అనుకున్నప్పుడు ఎక్కడ పెట్టాలి, ఇన్సైడ్ సెంటర్, ఏం చూపించాలనుకున్నాం అనేది లేబుల్ వాల్యూ. యూ హ్యావ్ త్రీ ఆప్షన్స్. ఈ స్పెసిఫిక్ కేటగిరీ వాల్యూ చూపించాలనుకుంటున్నావా, పర్సెంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఎ ఫస్ట్ చూపిద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నావా, పర్సెంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఎ ప్రీవియస్ చూపిద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నావా, డేటా పర్సెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఫస్ట్ చూపిద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నావా, డేటా పర్సెంట్ ఆఫ్ ప్రీవియస్ చూపిద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నావా. సో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద ఇంట్రెస్ట్ we can represent that one. Okay. then after then after we have a values. ఈ వాల్యూస్ అంటే వాల్యూస్ అంటే ఏం లేదు, ఇక సైజే వీటి యొక్క ఫాంట్ సైజు, ఫాంట్ ఫ్యామిలీ, ఫాంట్ కలర్. యూ కెన్ యాడ్ దట్ వన్. డేటా లేబుల్ తర్వాత ఈ వాల్యూస్లో you can increase the font size, color, you can change the color, you can add the number of decimal places, 2 decimal places for percentage and 2 decimal places for number. You can add it based on your interest. And a background, if you want to provide any background color, and transparency better too. That is all about a data label. Okay. And category label అంటే ఇవి కావాలా వద్దా, కావాలంటే దాని ఫాంట్ కలర్ ఏంది, దాని బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ కలర్ ఏంది, దాని ఫాంట్ సైజ్ ఏంది అవి పెడతాం. కన్వర్షన్ రేట్ లేబుల్. కన్వర్షన్ రేట్ లేబుల్ అంటే ఇక్కడ 100%లో ఓవరాల్గా 5%. అంటే 20 మందిలో ఒక్కళ్ళు జాయిన్ అయ్యారంటే దాని మీనింగ్ ఏంది, 100లో 5 జాయిన్ అవుతారని. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ టెల్లింగ్. అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 100% 5% ఈజ్ షోయింగ్. నీకు ఆ కన్వర్షన్ లేబుల్ కావాలా వద్దా, వద్దపోతే తీసేయండి. కావాలనుకుంటే లైక్ వీ వాంటెడ్ టు వీ కెన్ ప్రొవైడ్ ద ఫాంట్ సైజ్, ఫాంట్ కలర్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. This is all about a funnel visualization. Okay. So we covered around 4 visuals today. I'm stopping here. I need to attend another call. So we'll continue from here in the next session. The overall objective for this visualization section is, by the end of this visualization you need to have your own priorities for creating a visualization. అంటే ఏంటంటే ఒకటే నెంబర్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేయాలంటే లైక్ కార్డ్ విజువల్ వాడాలి, పర్సెంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ షేర్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేయాలంటే పై చార్ట్ కానీ డోనట్ కానీ వాడాలి, లొకేషన్ బేస్డ్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేయాలంటే మ్యాప్ వాడాలి, కన్వర్షన్ రేట్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేయాలంటే ఫన్నెల్ వాడాలి, కంపారిజన్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేయాలంటే బార్ వాడాలి, టైమ్ సిరీస్ కంపారిజన్ వాడాలంటే లైన్ వాడాలి, అండ్ కంపారిజన్ బిట్వీన్ డిఫరెంట్ గ్రాన్యులారిటీస్ అండ్ డిఫరెంట్ అగ్రిగేషన్స్ వాడంటే బార్ అండ్ లైన్ వాడాలి. ఇలా ఏ సిచ్యువేషన్లో ఏ విజువల్ వాడాలి అనేది నేర్చుకోవడమే ఈ మాడ్యూల్ యొక్క ప్రైమరీ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ. వాడు ఇంటర్వ్యూలో అడుగుతాడు, ఇట్ వాట్ సినారియో విచ్ విజువల్ యూ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు యూస్ వెన్ యూ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు యూజ్ ఎ పై చార్ట్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ఆఫ్ ఎ పై చార్ట్. విజువల్స్ మీద అడుగుతారు. అంటే విజువల్ అంటే ఎంత చేసినా at the end we are a reporting developer, which means you need to create a visualization. We need to have a visual sense. For a location, if we cannot represent a bar chart, for a dates we cannot use a pie chart. So like that we need to have a visual sense. That is what we are gaining. So it is going to continue another 2 to 3 days of time to cover the remaining all visualizations for this module. That will be continued as usual from tomorrow. I'm stopping here, and I hope till yesterday the videos are uploaded. Till yesterday the videos are uploaded, and if you have any questions you can message me on WhatsApp also, or you can message, if it is a common requirement means you can message in the WhatsApp group also, or if you want to discuss, even Naresh is available, you can have a discussion and related to any concern. Thank you so much for joining. I'm stopping here. Tomorrow we'll continue at 9 only. Have a good day. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye, Srinivas.
Thank you. Bye now.
Thank you.